Hello and welcome back to Life Talk with Lady TC. From my last video, we talked about sexual assault and sexual abuse and how it's not the fault of the victim. Please go over and visit my written blog. You can find it at www.lifetalkwithladytc.com. Look under the blog section and you'll find a more in detail conversation about sexual assault and sexual abuse. I said we were going to talk about judgment in my last video, but I just really been compelled to talk a little bit more about the sexual assault and sexual abuse just in light of what is going on in today. Meaning we have the R. Kelly situation ever since his documentary came out. Now we're having Michael Jackson being brought up when it comes to sexual assault and sexual abuse. Do we know if these individuals are guilty? No, we don't know for sure, unless we have been in the shoes of those that have been victimized. You know, here in the good old United States of America, everybody is considered innocent until proven guilty. I put my 2 cents in a lot of times with the R. Kelly situation. I do feel like he may have used his fame and things of that nature to persuade some of the individuals in question when it came to some that were underage. When it comes to those that were of legal age in their state, they have free will to choose whether they wanted to stay with him or not. And a lot of them chose to stay. So the coin has to kind of go both ways with that. When it comes to mentally and verbally abusing those in question, we don't know. Again, we weren't there. I'm pretty sure those who follow R&B music, you know, we've seen it on the documentary. We've seen it on pretty much, you click on Google, it's going to show on the news. You click on YouTube, it's going to show on the news page. We've seen so many people come about their videos and things of that nature. And if he is guilty of what he is being accused of, then yes, like I said, he should be brought up against charges for his action. Nobody in any kind of authoritative authoritative position should use their authority to manipulate anyone into doing anything sexual for them or anything in that matter. No one should be in fear of losing their job, losing their home, losing their car. Whatever the case is, no one should be in fear of losing that thing if they don't perform something that someone else is asking them. Okay, now if you're on the job and your boss is saying, hey, you need to get this work done, that's a different situation. Now, if your boss comes to you and say, hey, you know, if you don't want to do this work, you do these sexual advances for me, don't worry about it. That's a problem. Now, the Michael Jackson situation, I'm completely thrown off with that. I have not heard anything about Michael Jackson in the news these 33 years that I've been walking this earth. But again, if he is guilty of what these individuals are saying, then yes, it should be brought to the light. He is deceased, so it is kind of a lot of people I'm hearing on talk radio. Why are these individuals waiting to after he has passed away, or why did they wait until his father passed away to bring up these allegations? If they had a gag order, why are they breaking that order? We don't know. We just have to honestly be aware of everyone that we're in contact with, everyone that our children are in contact with. We just have to be mindful of what is going on. Like I said, this Me Too movement is really big. I do believe there's something coming on the TV. I'm not quite sure when, but the individual who is over the Me Too movement, she will be talking, I'm sure, on some of these topics that have just arose. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. I do say everybody should watch it just simply to keep yourself informed. You know, now R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, and I mean, there's countless numbers of people. Now, we don't talk a lot about Weinstein. I think that's his name, Weinstein, and some of the other races when it comes to sexual assault, it doesn't just happen among the minority community. It happens among the minority community, the Caucasian community, Hispanic community, Indian community. Just last night, I seen a substitute teacher, 19-year-old, was being brought up against charges for molesting elementary school teachers. So we have to just be vigilant. We have to talk to, I keep saying the children because I am a mother. We have to talk to our children about who is around them, what they are doing, when they're around them, things of that nature. Okay. Like I said in my last video, there were over 500 Christian leaders. This is shocking. If you see my shirt, it says God right there. You know, it is shocking that someone would use their position in any kind of church or any denomination, whatever, to manipulate children. We hear how the Catholic Church, the priests are, you know, raping the nuns, and the priests are raping the boys and the girls. This is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. We have to shed light on it. We have to shed light on it why it is happening even the now. We cannot wait 5, 10, 15 years and we're an adult and now we're going through counseling because we're on the verge of breaking down. We have to talk about it when it happens and seek the help that we need and bring these people to justice. We can't continue to let these predators and pedophiles walk amongst our children and ourselves. We have to put it into it. Someone has to speak up and someone has to speak out. And if it be me, I'll take on the role. I don't want to see anyone in a position, you know, of being a victim. And I say a victim because if you came through it, I like to call you a survivor. I would never wear the title as a victim. I'm no one's victim. I've been through my share of situations in my life, and we'll get into those details here on Life Talk with Lady TC because they make great topics to discuss. But for today, yes, I have been a survivor of sexual assault. I brought my rapist, and we're going to call him what he is, up on charges. Whether or not if he was accused, let me tell you right now, he will walk around every day knowing that he cannot do the same thing that he did to me to anyone else. So I speak from experience. I'm not just talking because I just want to talk about it because it's been on the news. But this is something that happens. How did I get over that situation? Honestly, I had to go through counseling. Not just my faith and my belief in God Almighty, but I had to go seek real counseling with a counselor, with a therapist, okay? So that's why I say find someone. If you know someone who is a, survivor of sexual assault or sexual abuse, please encourage them to get help, seek help to move forward in their life. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do such because here I am now. I'm in the right mindset. I'm able to love and, receive love the right way. When people take we're going to call them what I say with my children. When people take your goods and they're not given freely, that may scar you. You have to speak on it. You cannot hold that in. But one thing, like I said in my last video, we can't wait until it's 5, 6 years. We have to address it right then and right there. We have to bring it up. We can't let fear of, oh, this person's going to get mad, and if they don't get, if they don't get brought up against these charges, they're going to come after me. We can't fear that. We can't sit there and let that fear dictate us and tell us not to go after. We have to address it. We have to say, you know what? You are not going to get away with this. Like those young ladies who are being bold, and I commend them. Those who, with the R. Kelly situation, those that are coming forward. Again, like I said, I wish they would have came forward a lot earlier, but there is no statute of limitation on statutory rape. So I'm grateful for that. And even these gentlemen who are bringing up these allegations against Michael Jackson. Again, my heart goes out to them because if these acts have happened, it is going to leave a lasting scar with these individuals that if they don't seek the help that they need, they will not be able to be a whole person. To be whole is mind, body, and spirit. And when I say that, I'm not talking from my faith level. Whatever your faith is, whatever your denomination, whether you're atheist, it doesn't matter. A whole person, you have to be whole in your mind, whole in your heart, and whole within yourself. And if any of that is broken, you cannot walk around here like everything is okay and it not affect you later when you're on your own. So I use this platform to say, speak up and speak out. Call the victim hotline, call somebody that you trust. If you're afraid to press charges for whatever reason, still go get a rape kit, whether you're a male or a female. They do rape kits on both men and women. Okay, whether you were sexually assaulted by a man or a woman and you are a man or a woman. Don't let your sexual orientation dictate you. Don't let it say, oh, well, I'm a man, I'm a big man, no one can rape me. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's what they want you to think. Sexual assault can be anything. It can be oral. It can be anal. It can be vaginal. It can be, assault can be them touching your breast the wrong way or touching you on your, in your genitalia. Any place that somebody touches you in a sexual manner is abuse, okay? And if they're forcing themselves on you, it's rape. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it what it is. It's rape. No means no. It's not your fault. Please put that at your mind that it is not your fault, okay? I will keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it because I had to go through constantly reminding myself that this pervert was a predator. And it took me, like I said, to go through counseling and to go through with myself to actually have sympathy for those women and men who have been in those situations. I think the counselors at the victim, service counseling centers, and I think the counselor at the time that I went through that for their help and assisting me to get through that. So I take what I've learned and I pass it on to you guys. And I hope that this video, though I'm keeping it real short because I wasn't expecting to do one today, but just sitting here and I just had to get this off my heart. I hope that, watching these different documentaries about these celebrities would trigger something in the hearts and in the minds of those people who've been through it. Because you may feel like, oh, these are celebrities. The person who did it to me, they're nobody. You're somebody. And that's what matters. You're somebody and you don't have the right to, individual doesn't have a right to make you feel less than who you are. And by them raping you and molesting you and assaulting you, they have taken a part of you. And it's not right. So please, I encourage you again. And it sounds like I'm begging you because I am. Please seek help. Please, please, please find out how you can press charges see in your state and in your city if they have a statute of limitation against sexual assault and sexual abuse. And speak up and speak out. Share this video with someone that you know. Share it on all your platforms as far as your social media outlets because someone needs to hear this. And remember, it's no topic here on Life Talk with Lady TC that we won't discuss. So let's talk about it.